Good afternoon. We are live, and I've got the lovely Trudie with me today, and she's asked for this song. Homegrown alligator, see you later. Gonna hit the road, gonna hit the road. Something changed in the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I can get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. And where's that? I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone. And that's all you're getting, because the show's about you, Trudie, not about the song. So, yay! Hey, thanks for joining me. Why did you choose that song?
It's a windows down summer's day, driving along kind of song. It's like the kids in the car, we're all singing our heads off. Yeah, just a feel good kind of song, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing, and that's why I love music. And I just love George Ezra. He's just got an amazing. His songs are just all fun, aren't they? Absolute fun. And in our little chats, and goodness knows what else, I didn't put this up so that people knew what it was, but I think everybody knows that song, don't they? So yeah, Trudie, welcome to the show. You're known as the Logo Lady, so tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do.
My name's Trudie Avery. I've been a graphic designer for 25 years, but people call me the Logo Lady because I specialise in branding. Mostly, I love the kind of client who comes along who has no clue what they want, and they say, I don't know, give me a blank piece of paper essentially, and I love to create a brand.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, is we've got all these ideas and goodness knows what else. I mean, what can I do? And I think we can get too tied up in trying to get a logo and a brand without actually starting to do any work. Do you find that?
Yeah, I mean, people come to me with various degrees of knowing what they wantedness kind of thing. So, some people say, oh, I've drawn this, I want this. And that, I would do that. But a lot of the time it's trying to get people to understand that your brand and your logo isn't just a pretty picture. So it's got to do so much more than that. It's got to work really hard for you. And it needs to represent you. It needs to attract your ideal clients. It needs to do so much thing. It's a really functional asset for your business.
So, okay, here's the thing. I start my business up, and this happens and that happens, and I end up with this logo. But then further down the line, things change, different things happen. Is it fine to rebrand, or should I stick to what I first chose?
If you're going to rebrand, if you're going to change your logo, there needs to be a really good reason, I think. Some people will say, oh, I just fancy a change. That's not a good reason. Some people will say, I've evolved. I've changed what I offer changes. My client base has changed. That is a good reason. I mean, depending on how long you've had a logo and how well known it is, there is a certain amount of equity in that. But if you want to do something else, if you want to attract other people, if you want to completely change it, then you don't necessarily need that equity. So yeah, it's all about kind of weighing up what you need, how it works for you, and what you're going to need going forward.
Perfect. Nick agrees with you, Trudie. He doesn't like it when someone who's done some sketches. So interesting stuff. So we're going to come on to logos and all that stuff in a minute, but I just want to ask you a few questions about LinkedIn, what you're doing on LinkedIn, how you find it, and all that sort of stuff. So the first thing I really want to ask you is, how long have you been on LinkedIn?
I've been on LinkedIn for years, but we're working really hard on LinkedIn, probably a good 3 or 4 years now. Like every day, I literally work on it. That's the first thing I do every morning. My morning routine is I get up, I literally roll out of bed, hit the floor, like crawl into my office and sit here and do my post. So yeah, every day, Monday to Friday, and always like working on, so not just my post, but working on commenting and making sure that I'm building relationships and community, and yeah. So
and this is the thing, and this is how we met. Is I did a post. I was away on holiday, and thinking about my brand and stuff like that, and I thought, oh, maybe I could do with rebranding, because just a couple of things. And in fact, it was I was on holiday with my book, and I was taking some photos out and about with my book, and I was like thinking, is this the right brand, etc., etc. And that's how we met. And the reason we met is somebody tagged you in my post. And that is because you're obviously doing the right things on LinkedIn. So somebody goes, oh, that Trudie, she knows what she's talking about. Maybe she, and then you jumped on and we had a meeting, and, you know, we talked about my brand, but we also talked about coming on the show and how helpful you could be. So yeah, and that is the beauty of being on LinkedIn. So absolutely perfect. So how often do you actually create your own content then, Trudie?
So every day, Monday to Friday, I will put up a post, and whether that's, so Monday, Tuesday tend to be me talking about my podcast, which goes out on a Monday. So I've got that. And then on a Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays are funny or an interesting fact or something to do with branding. Tuesday, Wednesdays are either showcasing my work or talking about branding in some way.
Yeah. And because you're doing that, you find it dead easy to create the content because you've got a theme for each day, haven't you?
Yeah.
John knows what he's talking about when it comes to LinkedIn. So let's get his comment up here. My visual brand is simple and strong. There we go. Two of my favorite words, John. Thank you for that. That's brilliant. Did you say podcast, Trudie?
Podcast? I said it.
So how long have you been doing that?
So that's relatively new. I started that in November. I did 10 episodes before Christmas, and then I had a bit of a break in December, and then I've just come back with season 2, and I think I'm on episode 4 already. So, and it's not absolutely related to my business. It's called the Brand New Business Podcast. And the reason I started it is like when I meet clients, when I meet new people, and I always find out the stories behind them. It's your brand isn't just about making it look pretty. So I really go in depth and say, like, who are you? What do you do? Who do you do it for? Why now? Why this? What experience? Ask all those questions. Some people have the most incredible stories. Some of them will just break your heart, and I think, God, going into business for yourself it takes so much guts. And there's so many people there who don't do it, and who say to me like, oh, I wish I could start my own business or whatever. And I think of all the people who've done it and their incredible stories. And I thought, it'd be fun just to share these amazing stories, give people a platform to help them build their brand, and just share some inspiration for people who want to but don't think they can, and also for the people to celebrate the people who have and say, yeah, look at you, aren't you bloody amazing?
Yeah, well done, you. Well done. I love that. Make sure that when this is finished, you drop into the comments on LinkedIn your podcast, so that people watching can find out a little bit more and start listening. And so something else for me to listen to when I go on my walk next. How much time do you spend every day on LinkedIn then? Because it's not 15 minutes, is it?
No, it's not. I would say a good hour.
Okay.
So by the time I put my post up and done, I don't know, however many, 20, 30 comments, read through stuff and, all of that. So yeah, probably 45 minutes, definitely, probably in more like an hour a day.
Okay, that's good. And have you found a good time to post? What works best for you?
Yeah, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I drop my post as close as I can to 7 after I've crawled into my chair and done whatever I'm going to do for the day. But yeah, around 7. If it gets to 7:30, I'm thinking, oh no, damn,
I'm too late.
Missed that kind of crest of my wave there. Because people, I don't know, just tend to be on the way to work, I suppose, or just early doors.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing. I don't think there is a wrong or right time. I think you've got to find the right time for you. It sounds like you found it, so that's absolutely superb. And do you get business as a result of what you do on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Sure, you want to check that out, think about it or something?
No, but my best kind of posts, here's my secret, is that when I share my work and I put my work up and say, ta-da, like I did this, and then I put it up with a nice testimonial of a client saying, oh, I love it. Those kind of posts, people go, oh, I like that. I think I could use her, sort of thing.
Fantastic. Yeah, and because we're interested to see, aren't we? We want to know what other people are doing, stuff like that. So you don't just design logos, do you? I know we call you the logo lady, but it's not just logos. But if I turned around to you and said, "Oh, I need a logo, could you do it?" Would you do it, or would you say, "No, it's the full branding service or nothing"?
No. So I've got various packages. I either do sort of just the logo, and because people are at different stages in their journey. Some people just need something to get them going. Other people say, like, "Oh, I need more." So it's either just the logo with the brand guidelines, always with the brand guidelines. These are your brand colors. These are your brand fonts. This is your logo. This is your icon. This is how you use it. Just to give them that sort of really good start in all its formats as well. We were just talking about this before, weren't we? It has to be a vector, so they can pull it like a size of a mountain or the size of a mouse, and it would still be absolutely insanely good quality. So yeah, that's kind of the basic package, and I think there's an email footer in that package as well, and then other things as well if you're going up all the way through to like the full works, including the website and the letterheads. And I don't everybody use letterheads anymore, but
I'm just going to say, what's a letterhead? You have to explain that to
me.
No,
I know. Just do it in Word. People still use them in Word and send off their letters, but not very many printed these days at all, or business cards. It's funny, isn't it?
I was at a networking event the other day, and I was chastised for not having a business card, and I'm trying to think. It was somebody else I was talking to. Oh, that's right. They wanted me to do some training for their business, and they said, "Oh, you need to send us a letterhead," and I went, "What?" And that's what they want, to be set up. And I said, well, hang on, can you not go back to the people that do that and explain where I come from? And obviously I'm based in Devon, so you'd think that it's because it's a Devon. I said, no, it's got nothing to do with Devon. I'm from the 21st century, so let's do something other than letterheads. That's just crazy, right? So we're going to do something a little bit different. We don't normally do this on a live show, but we're going to share my logo, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about my brand, and you're going to critique it, aren't you? Is that all right?
Go on.
So I've called my business Full Cup. All right, let's just get rid of that banner a second. So I call my business Full Cup, and the reason I call my business Full Cup is I wrote a song called Full Cup, and the chorus goes, "You get out what you put in." So I just thinking that the whole reason for writing the song is I love I'm just trying to find you. Let's get you back on screen. I can't get you back on screen because it's an overlay, so let's take that off so I can see you. Oh, don't want that there.
Questions.
That's all my questions. Oh, my secret's been given away.
No.
So I wrote the song because it's all about positivity, looking at a glass that's half full. And so I called the song Full Cup. And then when I was thinking about naming my business, I thought, well, if you want to be positive in business, then you need a full cup as well. So, and then I ended up using the song. And so when I finish the show in a second, we're going to run out with the song. And the tagline is, "You get out what you put in," which is perfect for life. And it makes a good chorus. So that's where I came up with the idea of Full Cup. And then I got my daughter to design the logo for me. So you can say what you like. It's absolutely fine, because it's nice to hear someone else's opinion. But there you go. That's the logo, and that's where we are. So talk us about it. Do you want it back on the screen?
Yeah, let's put it back up.
There you go.
So it's really nice to know the story behind it. As I said, that it's really important to capture something about you. Now, the graphics I would break those down into, their component parts in terms of, okay, so you've gone for a cup. Now, this could have been any kind of cup. It could have been a flowery kind of teacup, but you've gone for a mug, like a straight up and down on the sides mug, which is kind of telling me that you are a straightforward kind of guy, as well as the font. The font also says that, it's like there's no frills, there's no flounces. It's very much a plain talking, very clear, straightforward. So this is probably going to be kind of your personality and your approach to how you come at your job, and people will get that from you. The capital letters also say that you're full of confidence, that you're potentially an expert. You feel like that there's a powerfulness in capital letters. And the fact that you've gone bold, it's not bold, but you've gone sort of bold and then lighter. It shows a sort of dominance, a powerful approach to who you are and what you do. The circle, that is very great symbol for being quite holistic in terms of, there's it's an entity, it's an entire entity. The fact that it kind of cuts into the mug, it reminds me, and everybody's going to interpret what they see differently. Everybody's obviously going to be a product of their own experiences, but it's almost like because you say full cup and then it's kind of broken in half, it's almost like is the cup half empty or half full, but you're choosing to be half full. So for me, that's quite an optimistic symbol in a way. So that's, I feel, and I always talk about branding as a feeling, that this is strong, it's confident, it's quite bold. The color green and this particular shade, or these two particular shades of green, are quite soft, so it makes me feel almost reassured and quite calm. So yeah, there's a calmness to it.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you for that. And yeah, is that me? I guess so. I'm quite I'm quite lighthearted. I don't take myself too seriously. I like a bit of fun. Do you get that from the logo?
No.
No. Okay.
So I think the capital letters don't lend themselves to fun. Let's look at the two fonts at the top of this screen. So 15 minutes behind the profile, bold, chunky, sans serif. That's quite clean, clear, and very bold again. It's like confident lettering. And then you've gone for the let me help with LinkedIn, ask for a free profile review, almost in a kiddie's writing.
Yep.
So the contrast between those two fonts of being super professional on the 15 minutes to the not professional but much more almost childlike on the other side, it's like, how do those two work together? Maybe that's your fun side coming out there. You say like, we just want it to be a bit lighthearted. But for me, that font is the handwritten font is a bit childish.
Okay. No, thank you.
That's brilliant. You.
That's brilliant. I am very childish. I'm never going to grow up. I'm never going to grow up. Peter Pan is one of my heroes. So yeah, brilliant. So what type of customers do you work with then, Trudie?
Mostly it's solopreneurs. I work with small businesses, but I really love the people who are so passionate about what they do, and they
missed
they want it to be.
We missed all of that. You need to go back to the passionate, because we lost you a little bit there.
Okay, am I back now?
Yes, I can hear you.
your clients are passionate about what they do, they're brilliant at what they do, and have no clue really about branding. They just want to put it to somebody who really does know. They trust me to do a brilliant job for them because I know a lot about branding, and they know I know a lot, and I will give them exactly what their business needs.
Yeah, that's perfect. And so how many hours a week do you currently work?
So every day.
Every day.
Yeah, I do my LinkedIn in the morning, and then I get ready for work and go for a walk. So I'm not at my desk until about 9:30, 10 o'clock, but then
Good
I'm
for
here
you.
till pretty much.
Yeah, brilliant. And what challenges have you got at the moment with your business?
My biggest challenge is always so full of ideas. I'm always like, oh yeah, let's do this, I can do this, and oh, what about this? Hence the courses and the everything. It's like, how do you fit it all in, Trudie? And how do you do all of that and earn some money doing your work as well? So for me, I have to make sure that I'm planning stuff, which is probably always my weakness. But I have Elisa Shepherd, who's also on LinkedIn. She helps me with my pulling me back in and saying, "Well, Trudie," and I have a VA as well. And
Right, okay.
Samantha Kidd, who when I come up with these hairy ideas and I say, right, do this, do that, and the other, she does all those things. So that's really great.
I think VAs are the way forward. There's a lot of people I know who use VAs and do it all. I'm on the cusp. I'm on the cusp because like you, I've got all these amazing ideas and I want to try this and I want to try that and goodness knows what else. So yeah, there's lots of things that need my attention. And there's things that are going to move the business and there's things that are just fun. And it's getting that balance right as well, isn't it, Trudie?
Yeah, totally. And finding the right VA as well. Like, because there's so many types as well. There's the technical ones, there's the admin ones, there's the ones who set up systems, and all the different types of VA. So work out what it is that you need and who that person can be.
So my ideal VA I'd come in the morning and there'd be a list of things for me to do. Okay. And then don't do anything of this because I'm going to do all this for you. And then at the end of the day, I'll check that you've done it. Well, that's what I need.
Well, so she's checking on you.
Absolutely.
That's called having a job, isn't it? Like, you need a boss.
Well, no, because then I can make the rules up, can't I?
So you tell me. So I tell you for you to tell me to do that.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, good point. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to work that out, but yeah, there's certain things that I thought, like, why am I doing this? Someone else can do that, and I've already outsourced some of it. So, and it's just working out what I can and can't outsource, isn't it? When you're not working, when you're not on LinkedIn, what are you doing, Trudie?
So tonight, for example, I'm turning to Kayla because I'm a cub leader.
Oh, how wonderful!
Yeah. I love it. And tonight we're going on a scavenger hunt around the village, and I was out taking photos at the weekend so that they can go and find all the. I know it's going to be dark, they will have torches, but so they can run around the village tonight trying to find all these places where I took photos and that kind of thing. So yeah, I love cubs.
Yeah, that's a absolutely brilliant thing to do. Nice to be able to give something back. I've got one more question for you, but before I go to that question, I'm just going to go and get up the a person who is coming to see me next week. We have got the lovely Sarah Taylor. She's a wellbeing specialist. She's a doctor, no less. So she's going to be coming on and having a chat with me next week. So I'm looking forward to catching up with her. But back to you, Trudie. My last question to you: what tip would you give your 16-year-old self?
So my 16-year-old son said
Self.
to me, oh, my 6-year-old self, my
Yes.
6-year-old self would be that I've led such a blessed life. I've led such a great life. I've been so lucky and I've made lots of really great decisions. So I would definitely tell myself just to trust myself, probably just a little bit more than I have, that I can do the right thing. You can do it.
Love that. Love that. And it's nice to show gratitude for your blessed life. I'm sure it's all come from hard work and dedication. It's not just luck. But Trudie, you've been a lovely guest today. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you to everybody for your wonderful comments. And I will be back next week. Thank you very much indeed. Cheerio. You get out what you put in.